Hello, hello. Um, it's nice to see everybody. So, I guess I'll get started now, considering I'm already late to begin with. So, here we go then. So, when we last left off, we were ready to go to Hemwick Charnel Lane, which is a pretty weird zone in the game. The enemies are particularly, like, they're just scary. Like, they're gross, and they are crazy, lanky old women, and they just wield like farm tools and things like that. They're pretty gross, and they can and will swarm and kill me very quickly if I'm not careful. Hold on, let me tweak the sound. Let me tweak the sound a little bit. It's still kind of loud. All right. Hello, fourth viewer. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you here. Okay, so these are the women I was talking about. As you see, they can just attack right through my my own attacks and do a decent amount of damage to me. They're also very quick. As seen, they can run, and they can close a distance very quickly. Luckily, I have this weapon, which is, I think it's one of the better weapons just in the game in general. Just the starting switch axe, because it's got range, and if you upgrade it right off the bat, it's pretty powerful. Oh, I only have the +3. I've been playing a lot of my own personal playthroughs, so I have 3 characters, so they're all kind of starting to run together. So I'm sorry if I assume something and then I'm wrong. Also, in my last stream, I said the upgrade path is actually 3 materials, 5 materials, 8 materials, for a total of 16 for one upgrade tier. So I just want to clear that up. This lady, oh geez, she hit me as I was about to say. She's particularly nasty because she's got that hammer, and that hammer is extremely angry. These women are super annoying because they just throw Molotovs at me. Did she drop an item? No. It's hard to tell when enemies drop items in this game because the item will only appear once they are, like, once their death animation is fully over, and sometimes that can take a few seconds. Alright, cheese this guy over here so the Molotovs won't hit me. I like these guys a lot because their design is simple, and they just hit you with a brick that they're holding with their hands. It's pretty cool. Jumping attack, finish them off. So the Molotov women are really annoying because they seem to have more health than the other women, which usually doesn't make sense for these kind of games. Oh, there's some lag there. That usually doesn't make sense for these kind of games because usually ranged enemies have a lot less health than other enemies. But I guess Bloodborne decided screw that. I always forget where this one is. Bloodborne decided screw that. We're gonna make some ranged enemies have higher health than everyone else. So that can be kind of tricky when you're dealing with multiple enemies, especially with ranged enemies. Which there are quite a few of in this game. This chick tries to ambush you. I'm not gonna let that happen. Move forward. These crows, no, they have not killed me yet, but they are very, very annoying, and they can get you in a situation in which you will die very quickly. So. And their attack strings are very long, They can stun lock you, and if enough of them hit you in a swarm, they would totally kill you. This is a shortcut I'm grabbing really quickly. I don't need it. It just takes me back to that first area. There's a woman in this building you can talk to. She doesn't help at all. She says it's almost time. Oh, I would have forgotten this item. I'm glad I came this way then. She said it's almost time. Now, if you've been following this game at all, besides what I've been showing you guys, there's a very specific thing that it is almost time for, and it's not good for anybody. I'm not sure who exactly would benefit from... Wow, that's the first time I've ever seen an enemy get repelled off of something. But there's a very specific thing that is going to happen in the near future that I don't know how it could benefit anybody. Oh, perfect stun. Knock him out. Hit this Molotov lady over here. Oh, I'm going to die. Ooh, I can't believe I got that dodge off. Alright. Some overkill there. He's going to drop 2, so I'm going to grab my 5 extra bullets. Sacrifice health. Yep, I called it. Uses torch. There should be a woman right there. She waits to ambush you. She waits until you walk up here and trigger that dog to ambush you. And usually they won't kill you if you know what you're doing, but they will scare you at least. So that's something you want to avoid. Now there are 2 paths up here. First you want to move forward. Forward is the path you want to go, but you want to move forward to get this guy. Oh, please. Alright. You want to move forward to get that guy, to get the upgrade materials. I showed enough upgrade materials for +4, which my axe is at +3 right now. +4 would put me in a good position. +5 even better. And I only need 2 more materials for +5, so that'd be good. But then at that point I would need 8 more. Oh, almost forgot about this guy. Those are gunmen in wheelchairs. They have no other way of defending themselves, so they just shoot you in the back. They can be pretty annoying, and they're usually not fun to deal with. It's the Scourge of the Elderly. You know what? I'm going to rate that one good. There you go. If someone rates your message fine, you get a health boost, which has actually helped me in a boss fight before. I was locked in a combo that would have killed me, and someone rated one of my messages, and it saved my life. So, if you think you have something clever to say or something funny to say, just leave it, and someone might upvote it, and boom, you get a little health boost. Especially if you're out of potions, and things like that. These hammer ladies, they really scare me, because I really don't like the idea of these decrepit old women wielding hammers over my body. Alright. Just some more. Oh, jeez. Trying to avoid death by old woman. Some extra blood. Alright. That's the courtyard. That's where we're going to end up here in a second. That gate is the gate we were looking at earlier that was closed. So it was just a little shortcut that we were going to open up. Get that counter. The best time to counter those guys is to bait that bait that run out of them, and that gives you a perfect opportunity to, because during the run is an attack, so hitting them during the run will count as a stun. Let's see if I can run them into the fire. I got the dog a little bit. And then the big guys, the brick guys, have another attack coming out of the charge that's also pretty easy to dodge and counter. So that is enough for plus. Oh geez, that is enough for plus 4 and plus 5. So once we get this checkpoint, we will go and, well, once we grab this checkpoint and a few other items, we will go and grab those upgrades, because there is a boss in this area, and I would love the extra damage to have. So, let's see here. I cannot believe that fire woman over there survived that fall. Let's grab the gate in case I die, because these guys do often kill me, as they do a huge amount of damage. See if I can hit the fire woman through the... There we go. Now you can't knock their... When they're blocking, you can't knock their axe out of the way and do a huge amount of damage to them. Holy crap. This is only a +3 weapon. I did not know I would do that much damage to them. And if you knock away their axe, you seem to do more damage to them than you would otherwise. So it is good to try, if you're brave enough, honestly, to knock away their shields. Knock away their axe. Because you will be rewarded. Oh, that was a good dodge. See, look how much damage he took. 130 there. Oh, that hurt. See if I can. See, he only took about 91 damage there, and that was just a regular attack. But combined with the knocking away his axe, I did 130 damage. So these are a lot of blade dogs. I'm gonna try to kill these two first. Get one at least. That's the other one. Oh, I don't know how he dodged that. I've got 3 blade dogs after me. That's not good. Oh, this is not good. Oh, okay. Alright. Alright, there we go. That went better than expected. Ooh. They do not usually drop those better upgrade materials. They usually only drop the lower tier, like that one. That's a rare find. I don't really use that bone marrow ash that often, because it makes one bullet stronger. Like one shot, I would say. I know what weapons that would be good for, such as the repeating pistol, which fires 2 pistol shots at once. I'm not gonna let this woman kill me. The repeating pistol, which fires 2 shots at once, or there are a couple other weapons that have higher base damage considering their guns. And then there's actually an arm-mounted cannon that you can find that I probably will not end up using on this character because it requires 30 strength and skills are expensive in this game. But yes, you can get an arm-mounted cannon. It also costs 10 bullets at once to use, so it's pretty impractical unless you're fighting a boss with it. And even then, I'm not sure how good it actually is of a weapon. Also, that thing I just picked up is a Carol rune, and the boss I'm going to be defeating in this area will give me the items I need to use the Carol runes, which give you different benefits depending on what you're doing and what runes you have equipped. Like there are some that increase the amount of blood vials you have, increase damage of certain abilities, increase defenses, things like that. You can't sneak up on that guy. You can usually sneak up on enemies that have their backs to you, but he seems like a special case for some reason. I'm not sure why they chose to have him like that. Let's see if I can. Alright. Now there will be women coming. Oh, I get gemstone. That's pretty good. There will be women coming down at me to attack me. So I got out of there just in time because I would have been cornered. And again, as you just saw, these women do a lot of damage. And some of them have flurry attacks. And one little gripe I have about them actually is that they're I call them panic attacks. What I call panic attacks are when an enemy is when you're stun locking an enemy and one of your attacks is not strong enough to knock them out of stagger per se, and so they get a couple hits in on you as like a panic and they step back. Most enemies' panic attacks do just as much damage as their regular attacks, but it's usually multiple attacks. So that's just one little gripe I have about that, because I don't think it should do as much damage as a regular attack, but that's just me, so. Alright. Now, before we fight that boss, the boss is down that staircase. Before we fight that boss, we're going to go back and upgrade. Off camera, I did grab a few extra potions and things like that, so I won't be farming on screen. I want to limit that as much as possible because it's not fun to watch, and I don't want to just have that take up a lot of screen time. So if ever there's a position I get in, obviously if it happens during stream, I'm just going to have to go and do it. But if it ever happens off stream, I will just do that off screen, so you guys don't have to watch me do it. Notice all those bodies. up on those posts. Yarnum is not a good place anymore. And it's never really explained what this place is. It's kind of like an outskirt town of Yarnum, I guess. Everyone here is screwed too. This seems to be like just a little hamlet kind of deal, like a little, just a little, kind of like a suburb, basically, before suburbs were a thing. But considering the amount of women here, it may have been a nunnery, is what I think it was, but I could be wrong. So, all right. Again, sorry about the long load times in this game. There's nothing I can really do about it. So. Alright, now we're back in the Hunter's Dream. Let's go upgrade our materials and then level up because we should have blood to level up. And we actually have enough insight. Okay, so this is a special merchant pool. You buy from these guys with insight, and what insight is, you get insight from helping other players in defeating bosses. And you can use insight to buy special items, and you can use insight to call players in to help you. With this, this is the bell you use to help players. This is the bell you use to be hostile towards players. We're not going to use these in this playthrough because it's very inconsistent, and most people are using the keyword system to play with their friends. So it's kind of hard to get a match. So we will mostly be using insight to buy special gear, like this set, like Gascon's. I also learned that's how you say his name. Like Gascon's set, which we will not be buying because there is another set that I like more that we will get at some point in this run when I decide to go back and fight an enemy hunter, who you guys should recognize from one of my last streams. Or my last stream, not one of my last streams. So we'll cross that road when we come to it. Okay. Now let's do fortify. There we go. Now I need 5 more shards, and then I'll unlock the last blood gem slot, and my weapon will be even more powerful. Right now I'm doing 183 damage, which is pretty good for this. This is where you'll be able to put on runes, but I do not have the item yet. Also, there's a little area back here, which I didn't know that this was a thing. So when you come back here, sometimes... Okay, he's not back here right now. Sometimes Gearman, the wheelchair-bound man, the hunter, will be back here, and you can talk to him, or he'll be sleeping. Those were DLC bonuses. These messengers and give them, like... the hat or whatever, so I'm just gonna give them the I don't know which one the messenger head is, so I'm gonna see what that one is. Oh, it's the bandage. Is this the top hat, or is this the other hat? It's the other hat. We're gonna give them the top hat, so I think that should be it. Yep. Now all of my personal messengers will have little top hats whenever I see them, so that's pretty cool. It doesn't affect gameplay at all, which good, because DLC in these games should not affect gameplay whatsoever. Or pre-order bonuses, I mean. Pre-order bonuses were not a part of Demon Souls, as far as I know. And I know for a fact that they were not a part of... We're gonna buy a few thousand souls worth of blood things here. Blood vials. I know for a fact they were not a part of Dark Souls 1. They were in Dark Souls 2, but they were complete garbage. They were just extra weapons that did not matter. And most characters could not even use them starting off, and they would have better weapons anyway. So it wasn't really useful to use them, or have them even. I guess it was more just we needed to have a pre-order bonus in there, really. So I don't feel like I need more endurance or vitality right now, so I'm going to put it into strength. I'm running this because this is going to be like a normal strength build. Like I could put on Arcane and I could put on Blood Tinge to make my guns better. I could turn on Arcane to get some magic stuff later. But for this run, we're primarily going to be upgrading vitality, endurance, and strength, because those are really the only skills you need to beat the game, honestly. You just need patience and a good enough weapon, and to know boss patterns well enough to get past them. And we're making pretty good time right now, actually. I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible, honestly. This playthrough is going to be more of a get to the end type of playthrough. And then once I finish this one, I'm going to do everything 100% playthrough, including the Chalice dungeons. But until I finish this playthrough out, there's really no need to do that yet. Also, there are 3 endings to this game, so I don't know which one I'm going to get. just to put that out there. We honestly will not know what ending I get until the end of the game, when the ending shows up. So it'll be a surprise to all of us. Which, I kind of like that, so. Oh. I mean, it's still early enough in the game's life that there's basically no information about this game yet at all. There is very general information out, but there is nothing substantial story-wise or lore-wise yet. No one's really put any concrete theories together yet. Oh my goodness. That's what I was talking about. That hammer woman is very dangerous. She almost killed me right there with just those 2 shots. But yeah, the game is still early enough in its life cycle that no one has any idea what's going on. And that's usually what happens with these games when they first come out. No one has anything put together yet. There's no concrete, oh, this item means this, or this enemy is this. Oh, I was really counting on that guy to drop health vials. Sometimes those guys drop shining coins, and shining coins, I'll show you what shining coins are here in a moment. Oh, shit, I dropped one. So shining coins are, they just do this. They're just for gauge distance. So like, if you throw one down a well or whatever, you can tell if you'll die. Ugh, sorry. You can tell if you'll die if you jump down it, or you can tell if you, something will happen to you if you jump down it, things like that. Oh, I usually miss that dodge horribly. Holy crap. Okay, apparently those guys have 341 health. I hope you guys all saw that, because that was complete garbage and he should be dead. Should have been dead. Because, holy crap, that was his entire health bar. Talk about magic pixels. Alright, there we go. The blood effects and attack strike sounds in this game are top notch. They're fantastic. Just hitting enemies and seeing the blood fly out of them feels really good. You can tell some love went into it. Holy crap, I cannot believe she started that attack from that far away. Alright, let's see what this guy's gonna do. Spin attack, lame. I've got a better one. Look at that. I cannot believe they survived that. That's crazy. Ugh. I use a health vial, expecting him to use one. I mean, drop one, and then he did not. Alright. Anyway, down 1 health vial will not be that bad. So off we are to fight the boss. And this is the Witch of Hemwick. Looks pretty metal, right? And she's dead. No, I'm just kidding. That was one of her minions. I have to look around to find the witch. There she is. She is covered in eyeballs, if you can't tell what those are. You can critical attack her if you hit her once and then hit her again with your super attack. As such, you can essentially stun lock her. So this boss is not too bad, honestly. And There we go. One itty bitty problem. That is not the only Himwick Rich. That is not the only Himwick Witch. As those blue orbs are showing, there are two, and they are sisters. And these are basically their familiars. They summon up to 3, and once it gets to 3 of them, there's really no reason to fight them. You just avoid them and fight the witches as you can. Because the familiars are very slow and they're easy to avoid. If you cannot get behind the witch, you just want to hit her until she disappears. That first witch I killed will come back to life once. I've not seen a version of this fight where she doesn't, because you cannot kill her quickly enough. I don't know if you can, period, because there's no way at this point in the game you would have weapons strong enough to do so very quickly. So, but they're easy to re-kill as they do not get full health back. Okay, so she's dead again. Now the other witch should spawn right there. Yep. I didn't think it would be that perfect. Holy crap, she fell down. It's not good. If I can... Ugh. You don't want them to fall off those ledges, because then they actually fall over and you can't get a stun attack on them. This is not... Oh, okay. I thought she was up there with them. That would have been really bad. You do not want to get surrounded by those familiars. They do a ton of damage if you get surrounded. I ran into that tapestry there, so I couldn't see. At this rate, the other witch will probably come back to life again. But that's... Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, she didn't do it. She didn't do it. Okay. Right there. Okay, that is a grab move. That grab move does a lot of damage, and if their familiars are near when they do it, you can possibly just die, because there will be too many familiars attacking you at once. And okay, there we go. That boss fight went off without a hitch, and so there you go. And actually, they have an attack that you did not get to see because I did so well. They have an attack that's just basically an explosion. So I'm glad I was able to do that without being hit by that. All right, cool. So that's another boss down. If you don't know you can critical those bosses, they will give you a lot of trouble, because they do actually have a pretty decent amount of health. There we go, the Rune Workshop tool. Now we'll be able to return to our home base, put that rune in, and we'll be good to go. I believe the rune we have, I believe the first rune we picked up is Lake. Yeah, and it gives you a 3% damage reduction to physical damage, which that's pretty good, because most of the damage in this game is physical. There's also a thing called bolt damage, which is electricity. There are very few enemies that use that. There's fire, which quite a few enemies use fire, and some use arcane. But the primary source of damage... What? Their primary source of damage in this game is physical. I've never seen this, guys. Oh. Hello. You want to talk about this? About that gravestone? No? Okay. I've never seen her do that in my hours of playing this game. So that was strange. Okay. Did we pick up enough? No. Alright. How far you are in the game by what upgrade materials we're picking up. This is not one of them, actually. A lot of times when you pick up upgrade materials in this game, you'll have no idea how far you are in the game. And I kind of like that, actually. So yeah. As you can see right there, I can get the Kirk Hammer if I wanted. The Kirk Hammer is one of the coolest weapons of the game. It's a silver sword that you can put into the hilt of a hammer, and it becomes a war hammer. Unfortunately, it's very, very slow.